Tito Ortiz is in the booth, man. What is going on, Tito? How you doing, man?
Doing really good, man. It's nice to have a half a week off, come and doing PR, come to here at McAllen and give the opportunity to do as much radio as I possibly can.
What happened here? Alberto el Patron, bro. They call him the boss, bro. They call him Patron because he said you're gonna be his employee or what? What's going on here, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna make him famous in about 3 minutes.
Combate America is coming to the Rio Grande Valley, and let me tell you, I've been
December
following
7th.
the YouTube channel, man. I mean, it's always
you
busy.
You watch my Uncaged?
Hell yeah, dude.
You watch my Uncaged, man. Thank you, man.
I'm subscribed, bro.
I appreciate
I don't want to miss
Thank
anything,
you.
bro. I'm subscribed to all the shows, and I really enjoy watching it. It's great product, great fights, and man, how did this come about? You and Alberto, man, signing. You're 44 years old, man.
44 years, you're young,
but you look great, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. I take care of myself. You know, I've worked hard over the last 22 years. You know, I've had some major surgeries. You know, I've had ACL replaced my left knee, ACL replaced my right knee, L45, S1 fused in my lower back, T3, T2, T2, T1, T1, C7 disc replacement, C6, C7 fuse, C6, C5 fuse, C5, C4 disc replacement, and a reattached retina of a 22-year career.
Wow.
But I'm healed. I'm healthy. I'm like the $1 million man. They put me back together, and I'm still ticking like a Timex watch. I don't stop.
You sure are,
yeah,
man. You look great. And then when I shook your hand right now, your hand is like the biggest thing. It just covered my whole hand, dude. Man,
I'm a big Mexicano, let me tell you.
I could imagine being hit by that, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't want to, bro.
Well, Alberto's gonna feel that on December 7th, live on pay-per-view from the Pain Arena here in Hidalgo, Texas.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. So then you're healing well. You're doing good.
I'm good. I'm healthy, man. I've been at it now. I fought last year. I started my camp. God, what was it? In end of June last year before I fought Chuck Liddell, and I stopped him in the first round, and you know, I was 43 years old, and I was like, God, man, I still feel like I have it. What am I going to do with myself? I still feel hungry. So I had to make a phone call to Randy Couture, and I called the Couture, and I said, you know what, Randy, when you were 43, what made you come back and win the heavyweight world title in the UFC? He goes, Tito, I just felt like I wasn't done. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
I put my nose to the grindstone. I started grinding. I started talking to Bellator, talked to UFC, talked to Japan organization, and Combate America came out of nowhere, and they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Alberto Del Rio called me out and says he wants to fight me, and he could have got an easier fight, but it shows the cojones the guy really has, and I respect him for that. That's why I started my camp super early. I started 15 weeks ago. Like I said, I got 3 more hard weeks ahead of me. But on December 7th, I'm going to show how vicious I truly am.
What does a training day for Tito Ortiz look like, man?
I get up about 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I go do a 19-mile bike ride with 20 flights of stairs in between that 19 miles. I do 9 miles there. I do 20 flights of stairs. I come back with 9 miles back on my bike, and I'm huffing and puffing. I'm doing it under 51 minutes. I take a little small meal. Then I go do my CVAC altitude simulation machine. It simulates altitudes at 25,000 feet. It's at Ascent Adaptation in Costa Mesa, California. I do that for about an hour and a half. Then I go do my boxing, which we spar Wednesdays and Fridays. But all the other days, we just do mitt work, bag work, and just put in the rounds. You know, put in five-minute rounds, and just get as much as I possibly can out of that. Go back home, have another meal. Then I come back and do my jiu-jitsu wrestling for about I don't know, we went from an hour to 2 hours with the junior college 3 days a week, and then with my jiu-jitsu coach the other 2 days of the week.
So what do your meals look like? Tortillas, arroz, frijoles,
no rice, no beans. I mean, that's my cheat meals on Saturday. Like, I love Mexican food.
Oh man!
But I mean, I eat a lot of sushi. I eat a lot of fish. You know, I eat really, really clean. No sodas, no ice cream, none of the
sugars, man.
No sugars. You know, I stay away from that. But I eat really clean. You know, but I think that's what keeps me young, keeps my body going.
Yeah.
But I mean, the training I do. I mean, I didn't even get an opportunity to finish my training after I get done from wrestling. I still go back to the gym at 10 o'clock at night, and I do all my weight training. And I do the weight training myself. I do all the nutrition myself because I'm not lazy. I want to do it myself. I want to push myself. I want to get the most of myself right now, and the only way to do that is to do it yourself. That's how dedicated I am.
Absolutely.
For this fight.
Discipline is a very big part of what you do, man.
Discipline and consistency.
Yeah.
If you don't have those two, you can never be champion.
Yeah, and aggressiveness, man.
Aggressiveness is something that's been in my heart, man. Being a Latino, that's just I came from nothing. I was a kid who grew up on the streets. My mom and father had a heroin problem. My mother got sober when I was 13 and took me away from my father. My dad was never really a part of my life, but my mom I'm very, very thankful that she got sober and got remarried and gave me a second chance at life. And my true name is Jacob. In the Bible, Jacob wrestled against an angel, and the angel saved his life. I got into wrestling my freshman year in high school, and it saved my life. It showed me hard work, determination, my schedules. I mean, it showed me just how to be a man, and I'm very thankful
and
for
a winner.
amateurs. And a winner.
Yeah.
You know, I became the UFC light heavyweight champion after a year and a half of competition. Ran as world champion for almost 4 years. One of the longest reigning light heavyweight champions besides Johnny Bones Jones. I've done a lot in the sport over the last 22 years. And
But you're not done, man.
No, I'm not. I'm far from done.
You're not done, bro.
I still got a couple more years left in me. I got a couple more fights left in me. And on December 7th, live on pay-per-view from the Pain Arena here in Hidalgo, Texas, Alberto Del Rio is going to be on the backlash of this, man.
I can't wait to see that,
Yeah,
man. That's going to be fantastic,
I'm
bro.
going to smash him, man. I can't
That's
wait.
awesome. Hey, well, they say the 40s are the 30s nowadays.
They're the new
man.
30s, though. But let me
Yeah.
get you wrong. Don't get me wrong, man. When I was in my 30s, I didn't feel as good as I feel now, just because the injuries are gone. I mean, technology these days is just amazing. But of course, my kids is what saved my life. You know, I got to be a responsible parent. I got to be a parent that's present for my kids. And
How many kids you got?
I got 3 boys. I got a boy who's 17 years old, Jacob. Then I have my twin, Jesse and Journey. And I'm able to do things that my father never did, and that's be present.
That's
awesome,
bro.
to be a part of their life and to show them respect and values. I had to learn everything from watching movies. I had to learn everything from people around me and watch their mistakes. You know, I grew up at a young age with gangs, and I realized that that's not the way to do things, man. That's not the life I wanted to live. So I got out of it. I got away from it. My mother got me away from it. I'm very thankful for my mom, you know, and Joyce. My mom, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now. And I got to give
awesome.
big thankful because she got sober.
She's an angel.
She is an angel. You know, my grandfather, Herman Johnson, he was a priest at Pacific Palisades in Hawaii, and he's the angel looking over me, and I'm very thankful. And he actually sent an angel that saved my life, who's my girlfriend right now, Amber Nicole Miller, who is the mother of my twin boys. Their mother left when they were 4 years old, and never looked back. She hasn't been around, but she always goes on social media and tries to paint a bad picture of me. But you know, the truth is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding of what the court does. If you can't follow the court orders, you can't be a parent, then you shouldn't be there.
Well,
But
you look like you got all your blocks in order, and man, and
Yes,
you've got
sir.
some really good goals for you. And
I mean, it's
and
for my
man,
kids. You know, they say they talk about a legacy. You know, my
Yeah.
legacy are my children.
That's exactly exactly right, man.
Talk of a mirror of yourself is through your children if you do have children, and it is. I'm very lucky and fortunate. I'm able to show my kids things that I've made mistakes on because I learned through it. You know, I did the juvenile hall thing. I did time once in jail, but I knew that wasn't what I wanted for my future, and I had to make the decision to better myself. And I want to make sure my kids never even have that idea at all. I just show them with hard work and dedication, doing really well in school, trying to push their grades up to A's. I want to get ready to go to college, and they're only 10 years old. My oldest, he knows he's going to college and not to Arizona State. I mean, he knows what we expect of him, and it's important because I want to give kids, or I want to make men to give back to society, and my children are going to be those men.
Man, dude, Pain Arena is going to be sold out, man. You against versus Alberto Del Rio, dude. I mean,
Yeah, it's going to be sold out. You know, it's 9,000. I don't think he's ever fought in front of 9,000 people. He's never fought a Tito Ortiz. I'm ready, man. It's just, what he's going to get is nothing what he's ever expected.
what discipline does he's got wrestling for sure.
He comes from a wrestler.
He's got blood. Wrestling is in his blood. I mean,
wrestling is in his DNA, of course.
Dos Caras is his dad. Mil Máscaras was his uncle.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy
that's the pro wrestling side of it, but he comes from an amateur wrestling background, as in Greco-Roman wrestling for Olympics and so forth. He's wrestled across the world. I know that for a fact. He has a mixed martial art record, so he's a fighter also. He has a record of 9-5. He's fought in Japan. He's fought in a few other places in Mexico. Of course, most of the places are in Japan, but I'm a different animal, man. I'm a different animal in general. Once that cage is locked, this lion hasn't eaten all year. You know, it's been a year almost to date that I've eaten.
Well, you're a world
I'm
guy,
ready,
man. I mean, you're a world champ, bro.
I've been doing this stuff for too damn long to let some wrestler guy to come in and try to show that he's in on the same level as me. But I'm thankful for him, man. He had enough balls to step up and want to call me out. I didn't say anything. I said, all right, let's do this then. Sign the contract. Let's get this fight on the road.
And the age is almost there. I mean, he's 2 years younger than you. So
Is he 40?
he's 42.
42.
He's 42 years old. You're 44?
Yeah, 44.
Yeah,
44
man.
years young.
That's going to be a great match, man.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. And you're going to see the speed. You're going to see the power. He's not going to realize how fast and how strong I am when I grab a hold of him. I'm going to give him the ragdoll effect, you know. Anybody saw Raggedy Ann and Andy is just smashing him.
Oh, man, I love that. Man, that's going to be awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming down, Tito. And
thank you.
You know what, man? The Rio Grande Valley is an open home for you, bro. I mean,
I appreciate it.
This is your place, bro.
I first started here actually in '98. They had a hook and shoot here, and I would come a few times, and just the fan appreciation that I got here is amazing. When I was here in June, once again, I mean, I think I signed all 4,000 people that were here as autographs, and I was standing in line, and I stayed there until the last person stood. And
you are loved, bro.
I'm very thankful of it. If it wasn't for my fans, I'd just be another fighter, man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Appreciate
Tito Ortiz, man. Be sure to check him out.
I don't let my fans down. I haven't let my fans down in 22 years. Win, lose, or draw, I go out there and I put on a show no matter what, and I put my name on it.
Tito Ortiz, thank you for coming and stopping by the #PVT Studios, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Rock on.